quite frozen, whereas over on the far side it's nice. So, you know, there's definitely going to be mistakes made on this pitch today, and I suppose it's a question of who will deal with those mistakes.
The fact that you were here 2 weeks ago, Michael, that you played a really tough game against a different Sarsfields, Cork's one this time, Thurles here today, it must be an advantage of some sort to you.
Well, we hope it is. I mean, it's our third time playing on this pitch. 2 years ago again we played here, but you never know. Everything is on the day. This time of the year mistakes are going to be made, and it's a question of who adapts to that. I think this game is a really tight game. Sarsfields are an excellent team. It's probably going to go down to one hook, one block, one score, or maybe a referee's decision. So everybody have to fight tooth and nail, and we're determined to do that today.
Are you surprised or are you annoyed at the fact that Salle, considering that you're out of the two teams the only one who have won this cup previously, are outsiders today?
Well, I'm absolutely delighted. Paddy Power is going for 3 in a row today. He got it wrong for us in the county final against Ballygunner, wrong again the last day, so I hope he'll make it 3 in a row today. No, we're quite happy to be underdogs. We'll play our best hurling, we hope, on the day. We have to produce the performance of the year here today, there's no doubt about that, because we're up against a really, really good side. But we're confident we can do that. Our preparations have been very, very, very good.
Begin to Garev, okay.
Today, we don't underestimate the challenge ahead of us. We know Salle are Munster champions 2 years ago, but if we perform to our ability, we hope to be thereabouts at the end of the game. Not really surprised we haven't done that well in Munster, given that this is only our third senior tip championship in the last 5 or 6 years. Last year, in fact, we did very well. We were unlucky to be beaten by Newtown by a point in a thrilling game, and Newtown went on to win Munster. So I suppose we just haven't got that many opportunities, so we hope to put that right today.
That lack of experience, though, how critical is it on a day like today?
I don't think there's any problem with lack of experience with this panel, insofar as the vast majority of these guys have played with Tipperary. Most of them have won All-Ireland medals at different levels, either senior, under 21 or minor, and indeed some of them have Harty Cup medals. So lack of experience won't be a problem for us.
What about form? The game against Kilmallock, the general consensus was that Thurles Sarsfields weren't that impressive, so are you expecting a big step up today? Yeah,
well, I mean, we've each game we played this year, we've been favourites. We've struggled to win them all. We've, I suppose, been not that impressive in most of them. However, we've got over the line, and I'm hoping for a bigger performance today as we move along. The last day in Kilmallock wasn't easy to go down there and play them in their home patch, and we were delighted with that result.
We spoke about experience and maybe the lack of experience that the team has of playing in this particular competition, but you do of course have the likes of Lar Corbett and Pádraig Maher, Michael Cahill and these guys to call on. Are you expecting your stars to shine today?
Well, we hope so. That's what we're here for.
Well, Fórilen ná dearnach ceanna go bhfuil cúile agus súile tá spántas bhaidís bhar inniu agus tá taction déantaige mar sin tá Salle chláras cóir agus ganach neomat mithe.
Is tócha dámeach an néas Chris Farr sa tíre a go cinnte chuirting isteach níos gurad an cúil so
agus sé Michael Doherty tá á ghaire réidir an dáling tá sun curtha ar ausar fad a dir na cúilí Brian Phelan Fear bhí annach réinar fad sa tarna lean lá dearnach nuair well bhí Michael Reiner gur goráling go raibh na pucna séir a fad las man lína chuig bhéidir a seascan an bhrú chóir ar Patrick McCormack agus beidir go na dúhanna go sin go gáinní beag níos sa láid na mar cheapar mar a bhí si Brahimar chuméid an ghfuil reintas na pucna ige dúla séile go dtí se tiite mar bhíon gearach Lar Corbett í McCormack an fearthógan is de sé gur féinte gáid agus an traction déanta Anna himplay could have fought to get Corbett though.
Well, sin tá Lar Corbett is féidir leis sin á fiochan timp agus tá sé anna bhach an fasna húirt agus sin anna fasan sin go éidir McCormack agus tá sachmad an ledóg. Níos mó ná ar lá deas saoraigh.
So tá ahrú Gensín sa Brian Phelan leis an boxers tá sé cuidir fórí le bhfuil. Stephen Daniels, Brett Sarsfields, Jake Dillon, a córa gan éanair. Buaterní ná chúna gan Mert, dianta go deas agus dianta go háling an son, seoltasteach get Pa Burke agus más pointe sin, cadé mar féinte Richie Root an son leis an smechálinn John.
Anna fásar fad, Anna píosa Choimert dianta ag mar a dúris sin ag Richie Root agus Anna scóir fada ó Pa Burke. Scores far sa clé go dí seo.
Ortha gur reintas na himiróireach. Seo ceanna í chuir a chana bheis nachar me lean is tá bhéadach sé an marc a gháilt agus bhfuil si anna cheanna
scóir fad.
Gary Irecht Vaha Chul. Agus beidir go meach ceann sa gemala tá sé sás le pointe.
Well, sin ráte sin an scór. An na hapagur fada teachtamachas agus líródáil agus just stochar slánig Michael Calle agus gérig éilhenú. Cinnte agus bhí anna cheanna chuige in san cléthe dernach agus gréibh fortláirige.
Tá beidir go bhfuil siad dé get tunna chur an isise a líadú beagánach. Tá sé cruúig mórn.
As lear bocha amach a rís chun nílas chun céim fánach bhagan siad lear nachan na chúil.
Búidir deach ge féin agus páirc mar déanamh go maith san chiimead amach ach tá sé facht gemeláin ó hebh na live edition boutas a bhachail tan radar e féimiúniu.
Bhaid tá agus ní raibh sé ag féimún ó dernach agus thugantas ná go bhfuil sé gimmart lead cosúla Michael Calle sin gláscór ar ós ar fad ceann 10 agus ceann ón chitóg.
So tá sé samúil cúltarach ach ní dhéanann sé feicecha chur amach ar fláta de hubar de chailech ní ar na hénig go háise. John Keane an trasa Paul Phelan níis sciorn sí an gomáin ar ís ceantainn séireach ach dianta go maith Patrick McCormack caithbhfuil gae an chain mar tá annachchud is do bulí seo titim garige dúr na Salle.
Agus an raibh seisna níos ach beidir chuige stathmach.
Seoteach ar ís agus é chur háris an trasná an John Keane an trasa fearmharí sálaíoch agus tá chéad a féinte a bharna nisan.
Siad an scór an a bhathair fadan is. sé anéachar tá sé dechar go leor ar John Mullane ach chuir sé ceann ón sóirta an chéanna cúpla méide na sí
héna lei sé
an scór rís.
So sin cúcíige John Mullane inis stan gur cúcín fada fuair sé ná trochan is bute i dibredár na có John Mullane thuáta ach fós in na heilemh ach gan puoine taú leis chuisteach a láirslíoch ní len ach David Alan Kennedy agus Joe Kennedy an tarna deis steach í carpet níis críndíireach i lár na park is páistéanta go lear chahénig tá sa fada go leor má tá sí crí go leor gan chiad scóir go lear agus an slua take an ús a Heberdarn i leúí gasan.
Sin an céad seach a thóg sé tócha den chléthe agus. Táspáin sin tena chu déalta go bheith i gcéir an chléthe fós churinglisteach.
Ige Stephen Lillis ceann an na hácht chuir seo tá sí fada dóil agus tá an trinne leis ann.
Tá agus níos ní le scóráin a trí chúlín agus
Fraige Richie Root an ceann na chiimead stigeach sin efra cúdí gaile John Keane atá Sullivan clétar agus tá pointe an háchtach fachta ge Keane an son bhí réráis le dúr na Salle sa tarna leis seo ach beidir go cuireach an pointe sin corcúnta. Cúil agus pointe sa chléith le cheannaistóibh mar onadaí a cheidir an dálín tá anna scór eile fachta snéan tarna ceanna ge Lillis.
Tá siú go maithaige. Fósna le an trí chúlín atru.
Agus mar na sáil de bhadra an bhaile ní feice sin ach tá an lámh an uachtar i go dúr na Salle láir na thuire. Carver seoteach íseal smachta go cháling ar fad McCormack inis ceann de faointína blian an son idir chunta agus club.
Cinnte anna scóir ar fad. Anna fast tucha ag lear Carver tosnúin rud. Sin anna scóir.
Istíige mar airtá ráfeint aimse ige so lí a faráile thanig gur bhéidir gur bhar istíige sin seachas hir a measc a chuúlathe féinnig ach pescéile bíonna le féinnig go chéinge ar chluthe agus tá pábarc ar deire hir sé sin réid ar a chaimsú. An pointe bháin de bharna a nisan. An fiachar seo.
Bhí ród imethe. Bhí sé déanach agus bhí sé áirt agus bhí sin.
Dínt túmínis leis a bhín beag níos eiceálaí na mar a bhí. David Green. Seoltaisteach i gceisiú facht ge Madigan agus scaoilte fé ge Madigan sill ile fíor géireach cadé mar féinte ge Madigan.
Sin anna scóir ar fad agus béidir scór anna cinúnach agus ó ilan anna géar ar fad sin scored in Stohor Melbourne.
Well, Yinche and Traction Cannon Kiana and no Dernach to the Hanshech and Parke.
John Milan's a kid now, so Tom Scotland Moore, Rory on Dahi.
Shin Point and get Park. Sheer de la Salle for Clárige, Curry Club Namon, Dumlin Chavilis at there, on Turnabout to go Fish Stewart, Viking Ryan, on Turnabout to go in Acher 3 Bliana, a Genovan Hanosan, Agus Anna Clahas a Tanala Garde, Vech Trug at the Harshela Grunseile.
Cóhardachas Slat, Kevin, what a day. You had it in 2008, you have it again today, and it must be a fantastic feeling.
Yeah, brilliant feeling. We're delighted, you know. It was the pitch was it was frosted over, and I think the two teams gave a great account of themselves in a great match, and we came out on top by a point in the end, but we might just narrowly deserved it, but sure, we're over the moon, as you can imagine.
The first half, Kevin, was years. I thought you played fantastically well. 7 points to 2, the half back line cleaning up. All of a sudden things started to change in the second half, and the momentum really started to go with Sarsfields. Were you sort of fearful at all that things were moving away from you?
Oh yeah, obviously we knew they were going to get a spell, and I think we got an important point when they got 3 in a row. That was vital, and a day like today, and we played very well in the first half. We probably should have been more up at half time, but we're delighted, and everyone, credit to everyone who came down today on treacherous roads, and the bus itself was a journey, to say the least, on the way down this morning. But to everyone involved, the supporters and the management, Michael and all the lads, was brilliant. So we're over the moon.
And 100% record we mentioned at the final whistle in this Munster Club Championship. You're really making it your own. 2 efforts and 2 wins.
Yeah, well, we've been long enough waiting to get into Munster. So when we're here, we try and represent Waterford as best we can. Thankfully, when we've been here twice, we've done it ourselves proud in the last 2 years.
Right, so. Cóhardachas Kevin Gurvila Maga that's Lartling, so Crave na Moon Burte Kevin Moore and Lena Hounday August Crave na Moon Burte Lena Chuman Tranun August Michael Ryan Banishdor na Forna, a proud man today.
Absolutely, it was a fantastic performance. I suppose in the first half we huddled so well, maybe we left a little bit of our energy gone in the first half, and we had to battle very, very hard in the second half. We knew Thurles Sarsfields are an excellent team. I mean, they destroyed everybody in Tipperary. They're a very formidable team with a lot of class holders. We knew at half time this game was far from over. We knew to go down to the last 2 or 3 minutes, and thanks be to God we had energy and the composure on the last few minutes to hang on.
And the unsung heroes did it again for you today. Owen Madigan sprung from the bench the last day against Cork. Sarsfields did the job, scored a phenomenal point, the winning point as it happened from the sideline there this afternoon, and it was his day, but it was a team day.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, the game is gone now. I mean, the days of playing 15 players is gone. You're always going to bring 1 or 2 from the bench. We like to think he's a very good impact sub. He did it again the last day, got a fantastic point and he came on, but he scored a super point today. I don't think he'll ever score a more valuable point for the Salle.
Congratulations, Michael Cóhardachas Slat.
Thanks a lot.
Carcador, well, Sinead Marshin, agus an Bua, Ega de la Salle, Corraha, Namoan, and Ish, Gandout, and Dúlan of Egg Rumpa, no, Dollaraig, Goody, Crave Chamortas, Cleha Lachanish, Naheran, Beg Susseca Hanish, Dunnolig, agus Tilta Gamahaka, Ega John Malan, agus Ega Chamrada Hanson, agus and Son, Turishi Daig, Reha de Chlorine, Corraha Nuan, the Gailava, Gleha Lachanish, Naheran. So, Tososha Shin, an Ahur, agus Emi Fiaur.
The captain de la Salle, Ian O'Flynn.
Tremendous feeling, I'm sure. You did it the hard way, having hurled so well in the first. Was a lot tougher there in the second. What's your reaction?
Yeah, it was. We came out all guns blazing in the first half, but we knew Thurles were going to come back at us, and that's how it ended up panning out. But we're just delighted. We're after creating our own little bit of history today. We're the first panel of players to win 2 Munster club finals out of Waterford, so we're just thrilled, you know.
And to do it with a 100% record, as we've been talking about coming into the competition, because you've never lost a game in this competition, so it's historic for another reason too.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many teams in Waterford can come out and say that, but today was all about winning the cup and getting back, and our aim is to try and get back to Crow Park on Patrick's Day, and we're one step closer to it now, you know.
Is that something that's like the shadow behind you because of how Portumna went 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was. I mean, we didn't we didn't do ourselves any justice up there on Patrick's Day, and I suppose, as we said, like we were kind of going up in more than hope now. But I think this year we firmly believe we've a great chance of winning it out.
And what a year for you personally, winning Munster with your county and now winning Munster with your club.
Yeah, but I suppose, you know, it's a nice feeling winning with the county, but you know, nothing tops winning with your friends and fellas that you went to school with, you know.
And Conan here beside you, part of an incredible half-back line performance. I thought the first half they were outstanding. A bit more pressure on them maybe towards the end of the game, but they managed to batten down the hatches and effectively, I suppose, in a lot of ways win the game for you.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, that's been our highlight all year, the whole way through the team. Our backs 1 to 9 were solid out, and we don't concede much, and that was proven again today.
It's just, you wouldn't believe the work that's gone in for the last 12 months. There's about 40 lads involved, and they're absolutely as honest as you'll get, and there might have been 15, 16, 17 lads used there today, but the amount of effort that was done by the whole 31 people for a long time, all throughout the summer, was unbelievable, and I think we got our just rewards today, so we're absolutely thrilled. Yeah.
It was the same for both sides, of course, being out there. The conditions can't have been easy, the way that was a tough surface to play on, I'd say.
Absolutely. There was just a patch on the stand side, it was just treacherous, but look, it's not too bad when you win, you know. You forget about those things fairly quick, you know, and it's tough on Thurles because what a super bunch of lads, and talent is just unbelievable. So we knew we were in for a real test, but you know, there's a fighting battle in Salle. It's just unbelievable, and it's just great. Just absolutely thrilled.
When you managed to keep Thurles Sarsfields quiet, and all the danger guys that we had spoken about before the game, the guys who won senior and All-Ireland under-21 titles this year, the second half they were always going to fire. Were you concerned at all when the likes of Lara started to fire and Pádraig Maher and Michael Cahill and these guys started to show form?
Absolutely, it was crying out for it at the end. Yeah, they were always going to get a purple patch. We knew that. We knew that it was going to get tight, but we've been in tight battles before, so. You know, I think the bit of experience a couple of years, especially against Yadare 2 years ago, you know, we came out of a battle. We come out of a few scrapes over the last couple of years, and it's really stand to us. But, you know, if it was a draw today, it wouldn't have been any, you know, Thurles were unlucky. They were unlucky. There's a point, any time there's a point in it, you know, it's a close game. So we're just thrilled to come out the right side, you know.
You'll winter well. Clarenbridge now in February.
We'll forget about hurling now. The wife, hello, Ciara. Yeah, we'll winter well. We'll put away the hurleys now until early January, but. You know, I suppose Clarenbridge will be another test now in February, and but the main thing is get on the team. It's so difficult on the Dallasal team and stay on the team, so that'll be priority number one. And I suppose that's the making of the team, the strength of the squad. It's as simple as that. We've 31 guys who are absolutely as honest as you'll ever meet, and that's it. So.
Lars, thanks for coming over to talk to us. It's never easy when you come off even as fantastic a year as you've had, and you must be devastated after today's defeat.
Yeah, today, like, I suppose it would have topped off a great year, like, for Thurles Sarsfields there, and we were very, very disappointed there today. But I suppose, like, you know, we had a lot of wides. I think we had 17 wides on the day, and I suppose if someone told us it's more than 10 points to win this match, we would have taken that. And I suppose, like, you know, it is very, very tough conditions there, but you have to give credit where credit is due. That has played well.
The first half was probably where it all went away from you, didn't it?
Well, we got 2 or 3 points in the first half. That's all they got in the second half as well, 2 or 3 points. So there was a strong win there, and possibly we didn't exploit the win there in the second half there as good as they did in the first half, and that's what it came down to.
But the wides, though, I mean, I can't remember how many wides exactly you had in the first half, but you were ahead of them in wides terms. I mean, did it take the team a while to settle down? You seemed with the first couple of early scores, you looked good, and then 20 minutes with no score.
Well, I think this time of the year, when you do create so many wides, it's very, very hard to get that back. I think you just have to maximise your opportunities there, and definitely, like, that's what it comes down to. We had the opportunities, we just didn't take them on the day, and we have no excuses.
De La Salle now go on to an All-Ireland semi-final in February. Could they win it?
It is wide open, as everyone knows. That's what the talk is there for the last couple of weeks. They're talking about the Portumnas and Ballyhale. The big teams are gone. De La Salle there now, they have the experience being there on St Patrick's Day before, and that's what it's going to come down to. And today now they had a bit of experience and a bit of cuteness there in the second half. They brought a couple of men into the backs there, the crowd out our forwards, and you have to give a bit of credit there. Like, there's a bit of cuteness on the day, and I just like to wish them the best luck going forward.
And finally, from Thurles Sarsfield's point of view, you know, disappointment today. I'm sure you'll have to regroup, because ultimately a team from Thurles is going to win this Munster title, and I suppose you'll be all focusing now again on getting this thing, once the new year is in shape, Christmas out of the way, knuckling down again, and hopefully being here this time again next year.
But isn't that with every club in Ireland? Like, you know, when you're gone, no matter how far you get, like, you know, you wait till the Christmas is over and then you start talking about the following year. But we're under no illusions. We'll have some job to get back here next year to either win a mid-final, to win a county final in Tipperary. So it's going to be another long road, but we will look forward to that when the time is due.
And can I ask you, Lar, you know, considering the All-Ireland and the 3 goals and the final and the GPA Player of the Year and the Player of the Year and the All-Star and all the things that you won this year, had you won here this afternoon, where would you have put that against all the other things that you managed to achieve this year?
Well, I think it's very, very easy to put that into perspective there. When you're representing Tipperary and you're playing with Tipperary, you're representing the wider public, and there's Tipperary people around the world and there's Tipperary people around Ireland, and it's great for that. But here today, when you're representing Thurles Sarsfields, you're representing the people that you went to school with, the people that you go out for a few pints at, maybe over the Christmas. They're the people you're dealing with all year round, and some of them are your best friends that you would have grown up with. And that's the most important thing, that really, when it comes down to people that you're with 7 days a week and that you're doing it every day. So it would have been huge to win here today for Thurles Sarsfields, something that we've never done before, and we would have really, really enjoyed it. And you know, it's very, very disappointing there today.